crying back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, it's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet, that life is all for living and love is all for giving, so this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way that this is a very special day.
Hello there. Welcome back.
Happy Halloween.
Scary, spooky, scary.
It's Halloween, man. Don't overthink this.
It's Halloween, and this year is going to be super spooky.
Happy Halloween.
Guess what time it is?
Go come.
I always check my kids' candy for poisons and razor blades. Hold on, kids, you can't eat that yet. I gotta check in for poisons and razor blades. They come down later on. Where's all our candy? And we live in a pretty bad neighborhood, I'll be honest with you.
Well, happy Halloween. And as my co-host and my guest this morning, I do have Andy Bush with us from our Veterans, how do I say that?
Veterans Affairs Office.
Veterans Affairs. I was going to say Veterans Affairs Office. That's what I thought. Okay, anyway, I have too much candy already this morning. Anyway, good morning, Andy. So glad to have you with us. And it is Halloween, the 31st day of October. Everybody's been waiting for this day. And a little bit rainy outside, but the wind, it kind of makes for a fun Halloween.
Yeah, it actually is. If it's like this or lighter, it'll be perfect for Halloween.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, especially all of the people out and about. So a little bit of reminder. Wait, can I grab those sponsors over there? A little bit of reminder of what's going on. Actually, the city of Salem is having their trick or treat tonight. From 6 to 8 p.m. The show will go on for anybody wanting to know that, from 6 to 8 p.m. And just use precaution. Remember, there'll be a lot of kids out, a lot of people out, and and the city of Salem worked hard already preparing for this, and so the show will go on tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. So pretty exciting.
Yes.
Do you remember? Did you ever have a special Halloween costume that you loved? Do you remember that one?
I don't even remember.
You don't remember them? Oh goodness.
No. We'll be on Main Street tonight helping some of our friends hand out candy.
Oh, that's fun. Are you going to dress up?
Yeah, well, a little bit.
A little bit. You got a shirt on, yeah. It's a pumpkin. It's actually a
hand
grenade. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, that's going to be fun. It's always fun, and I think it's fun to see the different outfits. To see what everybody is, and then try to guess. Sometimes it's a little harder, to find out who everybody's supposed to be, but it's always fun. All right, let me thank our sponsors this morning: Meadowview Healthcare Center, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Rose's, Fox Perley Wealth Management, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Dr. Blackside Associates, Marshall Monuments, and McAllister Land Consulting. Thank you to our great sponsors. And today is Books for Treats Day. So I guess maybe trade in some of your treats for books.
Yes.
Not a bad idea, right?
Maybe we'll see some librarians.
That's exactly right, especially if you got so much candy, right?
Yes.
Carve a Pumpkin Day. Did you carve pumpkins this year?
No, we didn't.
Didn't do that?
We left them whole.
Did you paint them?
Yeah, sometimes. Spray paint them as well.
Girl Scouts Founders Day. Love the Girl Scouts. I was a Girl Scout. Love that. Halloween, which we kind of know that. This is National Candy Apple Day. Do you like candy apples?
Me, I do not.
You do not? Okay, National Caramel Apple Day. Do you like caramel apples? Caramel or candy?
No.
No? What about an apple?
I like apple.
Just an apple.
Crunchy apple.
You just don't want to...
I like it crunchy.
Okay, no caramel or candy on them?
Too sweet.
All right, that's wonderful. I want to say that I'm a fan of both of those. Either one. They used to at the fair have the prettiest candy apples. They would set them out, and they would just that red would just shine.
Yeah, I remember
Just so pretty. Caramel apples are great too. National Doorbell Day. Ring the doorbell.
Ring doorbell.
National Increase Your Psychic Powers Day. Okay. All right. National Knock Knock Joke Day. All right, you know any knock knock jokes? All right. Okay, I got one. This is the only one I can remember. Okay. I don't know why. When I was a little bitty, I had a book, and this is the one that had it. Knock knock.
Who's there?
This'll
Who?
This'll be my last knock knock joke. All right. National Magic Day. I love magic. I love that. Yeah. Have you ever done magic before?
No.
Well, sometimes with the veterans you do magic, right?
Yeah.
Whenever getting them some of the assistance.
Yeah, try to give them some benefits.
Yeah. Let's see. This is also Scare a Friend Day.
Oh my.
You ever done that before?
Yeah, I'm afraid it's going to happen today at the courthouse.
Yeah.
There's something going on. I don't know what
Something's
it is.
brewing.
Yeah.
Something brewing. Sneak some of the candy yourself before the kids start knocking knocking it out. Do you ever do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Snickers.
Oh,
The
little bitty ones.
little
Just-
Snickers. That's
yeah.
my favorite.
And then you can eat so many of them. And
Because they're little.
yeah, they're little bitty. They're bite sized. Yeah. I always had to inspect. The kids would go to bed, and I'm like, well, let's see this candy. Let's see what they've got, right? Let's see here. Trick or Treat Day. We know that. World Savings Day. So a good day to start saving your money after you bought all that candy, right? Yeah.
A little more expensive this year, too.
Isn't it though? Yeah, everything's a little bit more expensive this year, and but that's okay. That's okay. All right, we do have action going on. This is Thursday night. We'll have the NFL Thursday night football on Halloween. Won't be too scary. The Dodgers won last night. That's pretty good. You a Dodgers fan?
Not really.
You a Yankees fan?
More Yankees.
Well, Yankees. Okay. Well, the Dodgers, they did it. They worked hard for it and they got it. So that was good. Good for them. Let's see here. Friday, then we have the second round of high school football sectional. Salem is going to be at Tell City. That's a little bit of a jaunt. It's an hour and a half away or so. So that'll be at 7:30. But go support the team if you can. We want you to do that. But remember also, we will be broadcasting the game tomorrow night. And then West Washington is going to be playing Milan, and that is at a home. That's a home game for West Washington. So they'll be firing up the grill. I'm sure there'll be food before, so make sure.
They always have
Good food, yeah.
tailgate or pregame or whatever
Yeah.
down there. Yeah.
All of that, yeah. So that'll be exciting. Of course, then Saturday we'll have Northwestern at Purdue, IU at Michigan, and Indiana Sports Talk. And so exciting on some of the football things going on. Okay, also we are getting closer and closer to election. Want to remind everybody, get out and vote. And today you can early vote. Remember that up until, I think they do it till Monday. They'll have Saturday early voting. I know they've been working hard on that. And we had Riley. She actually was the young lady that designed the sticker that you'll get on Tuesday when you vote.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Yeah. So that was an honor to get to meet her and to hang out with her yesterday. So. Anyway, it's exciting, so please do get out and vote. I know we actually broke records for how many people have been out to vote already.
Yeah.
So let's hope that the election day, wouldn't that be exciting if we just break records? Wouldn't that be great?
And that's what we're going to have to do. People's going to have to vote.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
excuses.
Right. And how important do you feel about it, Andy?
It's, everybody needs to put their vote in, or you can't have an opinion.
That's right.
That's
Okay.
always
Yeah.
been my philosophy.
Yeah.
If you have the ability to vote, then you can have an opinion.
Right.
Get
Exactly.
out and vote. At
Right.
all costs. That's why they're doing early voting. They've got out there right now. It's at the clerk's office. Early voting. They're from like 8 to maybe
Noon
8 to
and,
noon,
and then they go for
1
lunch.
to
Yeah.
4.
Right. Yeah. They go to
As a
lunch.
matter of fact, we're voting today.
Oh, are you really? Well, that won't be scary, will it?
No. Now we're actually stepson's girlfriend. Be her first time voting.
Oh no, that's
So
cool.
we're trying to meet them out there and kind of. Because she's nervous.
Oh, I love that. No, well, I can remember my first time.
Yeah.
I was nervous, yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So we're going to meet out there after school and work and stuff.
I love that. Well, that's great. I love the family that votes together stays together, right?
Yes.
That's good.
we need-
Yeah, I think it's very important, and I think the first time voters, I think that's a lot of. It is the unknown, and until you've done it, and they show the, sometimes like the mock ballots are like, show you exactly how it looks, but until you actually go and do it yourself, it's always a little different. So
Yeah, we got a what's that called? The sample.
Sample ballot.
For,
Yeah.
for our district or whatever. I was able to acquire a copy of that. So
That's a good idea.
it's
yeah.
nice because there's some of the politicians they don't all campaign down in this area.
True.
But they represent us from Indianapolis.
Absolutely.
So some of them you might not even know who they are. So
Right.
this way it allows you at least do a little bit of research. For the ones that are maybe not as known, not as big a name, or ones like I said that didn't campaign in this area.
Right.
A lot of times they go to the bigger towns and bigger cities, and it is what it is. So we appreciate the ones that do campaign here, come
Yeah.
out here. So.
Yeah. I was very thankful and very grateful for the ones that came to my political forum.
Yes.
Yeah, the political forum was really good, and I thought that was well attended, and I was happy about that too. Yeah. So anyway, so we've tried to do as much work. I think our county does a fantastic job. Even Saturday open. I think we almost spoon fed people. You know what I mean? You could do. They'll do mail-in. They'll do. There's all kinds of ways to vote. So there's really no excuse. So
in today's world,
there's no excuse on this now. So get out and do it. So we hope everyone does, and hopefully we'll be breaking records. All right, we're going to talk. We've got a whole bunch of Halloween stuff to talk about, but first of all, let's talk about what we got coming up, and we want everybody to save the date and tell us what we got going on, Andy.
All right. So for November the 11th, which is Veterans Day, it's coming up on Monday, November the 11th. I have two different ceremonies. So we'll go in chronological order. First off, at 9 a.m., there's going to be a bridge dedication down on Main Street, the bridge right there next to KFC. That bridge, if anybody's already noticed, the state has already put the signs up. They're dedicating that bridge to, it's going to be called the Washington County Veterans Memorial Bridge. It's being dedicated on Veterans Day at 9 a.m. We're going to have Commissioner Roberts will be doing the dedication. Prior to that, we're going to have two of our state representatives will be in town that day speaking. There'll be Karen Engelman and Jim Lucas will be there. And in addition to them two, General Lyles, the Indiana State Adjutant General, is going to be there. He's a Washington County boy, so the commissioners wanted me to reach out. So we I was able to reach out to the ones that were available. He made himself available,
awesome,
along with Engelman and Lucas. So it should be a fairly short and sweet ceremony. Like I said, we're going to be down there kind of in the grassy area, out in front of the Mexican restaurant that's down there. That's just the only place, because we can't close the highway.
Right. No.
Mayor
People would
be
people would not be happy.
we have to pull some big strings to do that, so we're not going to do that. That would disrupt the whole town. So, but anyway, that's going to go on, and then to follow at 11.
But let's talk about this though. Let's go back to this. Why did they choose this bridge? Can you tell me why? And
I think this was one of the bridges that just never was named or dedicated around the county, because most of them have been dedicated or whatever. So this was the commissioner's idea. They come to me, wanted to make sure I was okay with it. Obviously I am, because this is Washington. This is dedicated to all of Washington County's veterans, and so not just Salem or Pekin or whatever, because you got bridges in all the little communities.
Right. Sure.
So this one, like I said, that's why they wanted something to say Washington County veterans on it. Like I said, the state's already put signs, so if you're driving up and down Main Street, whether you're going north or south, you'll see the signs, the signage. And like I said, we're just going to dedicate it and then officially name it. Like I said, it's been kind of a hush-hush until, obviously, when you've seen the signs go up, so people kind of figuring it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, they just, I put it together, and I'll be emceeing that, and we'll just go through that process. But yeah, like I said, it shouldn't be that big of that long of a ceremony or whatever, because like I said, I have another ceremony following that.
Right.
And but we're getting a lot of help. The military club from the high school, the kids and that are going to be helping us set up chairs and moving stuff, because we're going to set everything up there, and then we're going to move everything to the courthouse, to the north side of the courthouse. So
so you'll actually have chairs there
I'm gonna
at
put
the
a few
dedication for the
chairs,
bridge?
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and I think we're going to have more chairs than normal at the courthouse too, just because there's lots of people that's wanting to come, and everybody's starting to get a little older.
Well,
and you don't know if it's going to be wet and rainy.
Right,
and,
right.
You know, so sometimes you might have a chair just to hang on to.
Sure.
But we're going to have some chairs. We're going to have some extra help.
well, especially if somebody gets longer on their speech.
Yeah,
which
we're
is
trying to slow that
no,
down.
it's okay. It's okay. But it's nice to have a chair sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing is it's going to be 3 speakers at the Bridge Memorial, but there's only 1 speaker at the Veterans Day.
Yeah, but what an honor, right? I mean, let's talk about that bridge. I mean, this is a bridge that like we've traveled forever. You know what I mean? And it took like a big hit remember when we had the flood. Remember
Yes.
all of the stuff that and all of the things that bridge has been really, I mean, solid and stood through time.
Yeah, that's one of the things I got to look up. I don't know the year it was built, but I'll have that for the ceremony.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, everybody.
It's kind of like our veterans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
You know what I mean?
It's been there.
Yeah,
It's
you can't
fast.
knock a good bridge or a good
Nope.
man down or a
Nope.
good woman down, right?
Nope, that's exactly right.
Yeah. So that's apropos. That's good. I guess we've traveled that bridge. I just never realized that it wasn't named or
Yeah,
and,
never had
and
been dedicated.
dedicated or
People don't think about it, and this may prompt some of the little county bridges out in the county that might not be named.
right.
They might not all have names. I don't know. This was brought to me back in August, and we've been kind of just running with it.
How does it, as a Veterans Affairs Administrator, how does it make you feel how much our county loves our veterans?
Oh, it just I can't even say the words. It's so exciting.
Doesn't it make your job so easy? I mean, really,
it's
what I
crazy.
mean, the way we love our veterans.
Yeah, we're such a supportive community. The county commissioners and the county council have pretty much given me everything I've asked for.
They're fantastic, yeah.
Backing me up on anything and everything.
As they should, right?
Yes.
And we love that, and I just love to bring that to the forefront about our county, and I think that's so important for us to show our respect and show, to the veterans, give them, and take great care of them, and and I love this dedication of the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, we get so much support, and we've been busier. My office has been busier this year than previous years, just because the word's gotten out. We're getting more people benefits. There's people that's finding out that they can get benefits.
Good,
They didn't know
yeah.
they could get benefits.
Good, yeah.
It just
Well, they're
blows
there.
my mind when
Yeah.
people say, "Well, I didn't know I could do that." What do you do? Like, it just right. Believe it or not, we're growing a little bit. We've had so many new people move into the community, and then they'll go upstairs to register their property or whatever, and they'll see the sign that says Veterans Affairs, and I had people just walking in going, "What do you do? Who are you? I'm new in town or whatever." So,
Oh.
so we have people that are moving into town, veterans, older folks that are settling here.
Love that.
And yeah, it's interesting. So I'm getting a lot of new customers.
Aw.
Or you help somebody, and then they tell their neighbor, or
Sure.
help the guy that's been fighting the VA for 40 years, and we got him connected, so he goes to church and tells everybody.
Oh, don't you love that?
Oh yeah, and then 2 or 3 from the church. Then they, so
Yeah.
it's a snowball effect that. So yeah, it's definitely keeping us busy, and we're bringing more and more money into the community. People don't realize that. These benefits, some of them are dollars. So they're putting dollars in people's pockets, and they're coming in town and spending money. So
Yeah.
it's kind of we're generating economy.
Yeah.
Through the VA,
Mhm.
essentially. So.
Sure. Well, and I think that's got to be very rewarding on your part whenever you can, whenever that you can help somebody out and help, that it can be very complicated,
Yeah.
and then you might be on hold for a long time, right?
Yesterday, combined yesterday was over 2 hours.
On the phone,
Two
on the
different-
line,
two
just
different
holding.
phone calls.
Well, they don't know that you don't hang up. They don't understand what they're dealing with. You will
I
hold on.
multitask. I just put it on speakerphone, and I keep on.
Keep
typing
on
and-
doing. There you go. Yeah.
And they'll eventually.
Well, I mean, it can be, so it's nice to have somebody on your side, when you're a veteran, or, have somebody that's going to bat for you, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. And also the benefits of the veterans' wives, or the spouses, correct?
Yes, we've gotten a lot of surviving spouses benefits that they didn't know that they could get.
Yeah.
Thinking that you have to be in the military to get benefits. It's like, well, that's not necessarily true. If you're married to a veteran and then something happens, there's benefits. There's stuff out there. You just gotta apply for it.
Mhm.
And we apply for everything, see what happens.
Well, you never know, and it doesn't hurt to ask and
Nope.
see. You know, that's always. And if you're listening right now and you might wonder about it, it's always good to just come to your office and find out. You know, is this possible, or, you know.
Yeah, like I said, we're there Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's the hours that the courthouse is unlocked. And it is at the Salem Courthouse, County Courthouse. I'm in the basement on the west side. There's a veterans parking spot. There's a handicapped entrance on the first door on the right. 883-2063 if you want to give us a call, make an appointment, leave a message, and if nobody answers, we'll call you back. And like I said, we'll try to get you in there and file what we can file for and see what we can get.
So okay, so this is awesome. So we have the dedication at what time on
The dedication will be at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay.
And it shouldn't last more than 30 minutes, hopefully.
Okay.
And then, like I said, to follow at 11 o'clock, it's always 11. The Veterans Day program will start on the north side of the courtyard, courthouse lawn. And like I said, that's going to be a good ceremony up there this year. We're going to have high school choir singer Sonia Dixon is going to be our singer, our performer. Ricky Main will be doing our invocation. He likes to be doing the invocation at both ceremonies.
Oh, I love that.
So
Yeah.
you know, that's just easier than trying to find two of them. Or
Right.
whatever.
Sure.
But anyway, obviously the American Legion and the VFW will be performing their normal duties with the guns and the flags.
And the laying of the wreaths.
In the Ladies Auxiliary, from the VFW, the American Legion, and the DAR will be doing the wreaths like normal. Boy Scout Troop 4029 will be attending the flag. Last year was our first year with this new flagpole and flag,
Yeah.
so it was a little rough. So,
Well, yeah, it tells the degree of difficulties because it's a
yeah.
beautiful flag, though.
Yeah,
flagpole.
so what we did this year is we've already let them come up there and practice. I've already issued them the new flag, so they are going to be bringing the new flag to be put up. It's a little more ceremonial that way. So, and I think it'll go a little smoother. I think the parents are going to help out. The troop leaders are going to help out a little bit just because of the difficulty of this flagpole. It's just a different cranking mechanism than any other one around. Obviously, everybody knows why we got a new flagpole. Mother Nature decided that we needed a new flagpole. And everybody thinks this one is bigger. It's the exact same height. It's just that the fact that it's about a foot in diameter at the bottom where the other one wasn't. And so, and this one here is designed to take up winds up to like 225 miles an hour. So
Yeah.
the flag won't probably be there after that storm, but if we have a storm that big, but the pole will be.
The pole will be. That's good news.
So
good
yeah,
news.
I think we're in good shape there. Like I said,
You know,
that
the
was
ceremony is so special. Years ago, when I was in high school, in cheerleading, we had to learn how to do the ceremony. Before the football games, we would have to go and raise the flag. So we had to learn how to stand. We had to learn how to hold the flag. We had to learn how to fold the flag. We had to learn how to take the flag up the pole. And I'm so thankful that I learned that. It's such a I guess a special ceremony. It's such a special when you raise that flag up and you do that. I always got chills. It was always a cool feeling. You knew you were doing something that was such a big deal.
It's funny you say that, Becky, because when you're a kid and you're feeling that sense of pride or just Americanism, you don't even realize it.
No.
Until you get older, and then it's like,
Yeah.
when you see something or whatever, it gets you. It just kind of gets you right there.
Yeah.
And that's just being dedicated to what we do. Being giving back. Like for me, you all don't even know what it's done for me, because I've been able to go out and do, and serve, and now I'm still able to serve.
Yeah.
In this community, these people are looking us right in the face, needing help, wanting help. So it's a completely 100% rewarding
Yeah.
situation that I'm in right now.
It is.
So
It is.
I do appreciate the job, and my bosses, the council controls the monies, the commissioners kind of help, figure out what we're going to do. So you know, with their support, and they know that I'm dedicated to,
Sure.
to my job. I take my job very serious.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, everybody knows that we're there to help, and we're there to get the job done.
Right, right.
So, yeah.
Well, I love that the scouts are doing the flags. I love that, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that they're young. Well, I love that they're learning this at a young age, because I felt like that was so important. I know I am so thankful in my, in high school to learn this. Okay, so onward ho. So we have the flag. Okay.
After the flag part, yeah, we'll go into the ceremony itself, which, like I said, it flows pretty smoothly. Our speaker this year is a female veteran, retiree. Her name is Dusty Baker. She's a middle school educator, and she's retired. She was in the Marine Corps and the Army. So,
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
She is a very interesting woman. Her speech, I don't have a copy of it just yet, but just by meeting her and listening to her and her career and the stuff that she's done and touched in this world as far as doing veteran stuff and Red Cross stuff, and now she's giving back being an educator in the middle school.
How wonderful.
Salem Middle School. So, she's kind of, I see that, her giving back. So I believe she'll be a very interesting speaker. So anybody that can come out. Like I said, if you can't stand, we're going to have a few seats. Some people can get lucky and stay in their car and roll the window down, but there's only a few parking spots that's going to benefit.
Right, sure.
But anyway, so yeah, she's going to be our speaker, and then we'll do the wreath.
Talk about a hometown hero. I mean,
Yeah.
like coming back, serving our country, doing all that, and then coming back and then giving to our children.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
so
fantastic.
I think that'll be a
Yeah.
very interesting speaker.
Yeah.
And then of course when the ceremony's over, the American Legion at the 105Q Veteran Drive, but they used to be called the Bingo Hall. I guess people still call it that. That's where the post is now. The Ladies Auxiliary has asked me to let them do the food, so we're going to have a dinner at noon up there. That's going to be open to the community. It'll be noon, serving up there. So yeah, and our ceremony won't last an hour, but we start at 11. The food will be just ready at noon.
Yeah. We got to give them some time to get everything,
Yeah. So like I said, we got things kind of timed out where nobody's rushed. Like
Sure.
I said, the ceremony at the square, the actual Veterans Day ceremony, it goes pretty smoothly. Like I said, just because most everybody that's involved has been involved even before I got this position.
Yeah.
Because I used to be them people. So
Yeah,
I used
yeah.
to be the one in the crowd. So like I said, I like it. It's one of the big to-dos that I have to do, throughout the year. As far as we do the Memorial Day thing, Veterans Day thing. This year we got the dedication. So anyway, like I said, everybody hope and pray. I know we need rain, but we need not rain on November the 11th. Please.
Right, exactly. Well, I think that is, like you said, I mean, this is a tradition. I know WSLM, we've been a part, and I know that for years, and I'm like you, I was little and, and up there, and I love that the tradition has not got away from us, that we've continued doing it. Don't you feel?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And this will be something that will go on past my time and your time.
Yeah, and I hope so. I just hope it keeps going. Well, I think that's something I saw, whenever I've posted about this, about us doing this, and I've heard, other communities, comment that they're so happy that we've continued doing this. That sometimes things kind of get away from people, and I get people are busy and a lot going on, but I love that we've stayed true to this part of for our veterans.
Oh yeah, and like I said, I'd have no idea why it would ever stop. Like I said, with the support that we have, I have a full-time. I'm full-time. I have a part-time position as well. So, when I'm gone, the office still is going on. So I have no doubt that this service will keep going on, and these programs will keep going on. There's no reason why they wouldn't.
Right. Right. I love that. Well, I mean, like the actual ceremonies that we do, these veterans, and I appreciate you putting this all together, Andy. I know this is a lot of work, getting everybody together, getting everybody organized. So, was there a third speaker at 11? Was it Dusty, or was it?
Yeah, Dusty's the only speaker.
Okay.
For Veterans Day, there'll be 3 speakers for the.
Oh, the bridge. Okay,
Yeah.
that was okay.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry.
was just because the state reps that represent our county, our community, different districts. They were the two that were available.
Okay.
The other state rep was not available, and the congresswoman is not available.
Okay.
We reached out to all of them.
Yeah.
We reached out to all of them, and
Sure.
they were the ones. These were the ones that were.
Well, that's awesome. That's
Because
great.
they're all being asked.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Sent all over the place. So,
Yeah.
so for them, the two state reps and the adjutant general to carve out time for us, I think that's amazing. So.
Right. Well, it's going to be, so we were going to remind everybody, November the 11th, big day, 9 and 11,
Yes.
and then of course at noon for the meal. And the meal, they do such a wonderful job, and their food is so good. It's such a good meal. They've got that one down.
They've been doing that now as long as we've been doing these ceremonies,
Yes.
and they've got that.
They do have that one down.
figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got enough moms and grandmas and
Good
aunts
hands,
that
yeah.
They've got their hands in that pot. So
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do put on a good meal.
They do. Going back, Andy, let's find out a little bit about yourself. Tell us about yourself and what got you to join into the military. Tell us about your experience, personal.
Well, it always starts out a little rough. A lot of guys like myself just kind of joined the service not knowing that you were going to, get this deep and have, tied to your heart. But a lot of guys like myself joined the military just to get out of town, just to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the monies to go to college, didn't have the aspiration to go to college, so military was another opportunity. But once I got in there, it just kind of fit.
And you went branch? You went?
I was Air Force,
Air Force
the whole time. I've been both active duty, I've been a traditional guardsman, I've been a federal technician wearing the uniform, and then I retired as an active in the Guard Act. It's called an AGR. So I was able to kind of full circle back to active duty, but being close to home. And so I was able to have the best of both worlds and served all around the world, served down in Kentucky, did the local stuff with the ice storm, and was able to help local events. And then I was able to come home every night, and it's been an amazing journey. And it was just shy of 31 years total with everything. And so it's just one of the things. I just fit. Somehow I fit, but then when it was time to go, it was time to go. Do I miss the people, the guys and the gals? Yep. But I don't miss the drive or the stress. It's a young man and woman's game, and it was time for somebody else to take the reins. Like I said, I was in this position kind of helped me push me to go ahead and retire, because this was opening up about the time I was retiring, so it was all about timing. Because usually the folks since I've been around, the ones that's been in this job, each person's had it anywhere from 7 to 10 years. So I knew if I didn't get it now, I probably wouldn't do it, because I'd either be too old or get into something else. So this just worked out perfect, being able to transition into this VSO, is what we called it around the state, Veteran Service Officer. We just call it Veterans Affairs here in town. But we'll answer to anything, as long as we try to help you best we can. And like I said, come see us. I've had people just come by and see my door open and just stop and say hi for a minute. You don't always have to come see me on your worst day when you're mad at the world. But, a lot of times that's what happens. People get frustrated with the government or whatever, and I understand. I get frustrated too. I'm a taxpayer. I'm a citizen. I'm a county resident. I'm a veteran. So I'm in the same boat as everybody that I deal with.
Sure.
And so I just try to help cut through some of the red tape or whatever, because I've already been there and done that more than likely.
Yeah.
And so try to talk a lot of people off the edge or off the
Well,
ledge.
sure, yeah.
It's like, no, the government's working. It's slow. It's a monster.
Yeah.
And I can tell you firsthand, the left hand does not talk to the right hand. We get some of the most frustrating things that you take to heart, but at the end of the day, it's like, I still got to decompress. It's like, we're all in this together. We can usually work through things. But the government sometimes does stuff to aggravate. But no, I'm glad I was able to have the opportunity to transition from the military into this position here. And it kind of keeps me feeling a little bit relevant, because I still know a few things. My military knowledge is going to start slipping because things are changing and I'm not there getting on the cusp of it. But being I've just now been retired, I've been in this position exactly 2 years. Well, October, 2 years this month, and I've been retired about a year and a half. I was able to start this position, still finish up my service time, and so that was a nice transition too, because adjusting your finances and stuff like that change dramatically whenever you go to retire, and that's a scary feeling. I now know when I hear people talk about they're scared to retire, they're scared to pull that plug. You know, I left that world 2 years ago. You know, when the economy was all crazy, the interest rates got all like it was scary. I'm telling you, it was scary. But you know, I had the support of my wife was right there. I had this job already. You know, I was trying to get my feet wet with that. So, like I said, it just one of them things. I'm 100% blessed in what I've got going on, and to pay back that is why I'm here. You know, I'm going to do this job. I'll do this job till I actually retire, and then I'll be really retired. I really can't wear my retired shirt just yet.
No.
I have to get up and clock in, so I'm technically not retired.
Not retired, yeah.
I'm semi-retired. I just don't have any. I don't have a bunch of people working for me, and you know, I don't have to make certain decisions like I used to have to make, and I feel like I sleep better. I think the wife says I sleep better.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
I don't talk in my sleep.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's good.
But yeah, so I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it was really, I mean, the transition worked out perfect. Yeah, I remember that. And I remember also, like, you going in October, and then you had to put together the November Veterans Day. Yeah, I remember that. I remember you saying, you know, talking about it, but and I remember I kept encouraging you. You can do this, Andy, you got it. And you did. You did a fantastic job.
I think
didn't miss a beat.
Yeah, I ended up doing the speech.
You did. Yeah, you did the speech yourself.
To
ask someone, yeah. So
I went ahead.
But that was nice. That's kind of an introduction to yourself, and kind of for people. Yeah.
We had was it Dilbert Ray?
Yep, was there?
He was the MC.
I think so.
So he was able to introduce me, and then that kind of transitioned in. So I thought that worked out.
I think so too. Yeah, I thought it did too. Well, I think being a part of the Air Force, and and going and doing what you've done, it's very much where you can relate, like you're saying, that you're in the same boat as everybody that comes in your office.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's that's one thing that's always funny is when I come in there, they have to tell me they're veterans. They think they do. It's funny.
Yeah.
I'm a veteran. Okay.
Okay. There you go. Well, they've very.
People are so proud.
Well, as they should be. They should be.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Should be.
Yeah.
When they come in there, and first they'll be a little standoffish, but once you get them talking, they'll talk about their career, or
I love
talk about what happened or whatever, and then it helps me paint the picture of what they were exposed to. That'll help me file their claim, because now I'm listening to you, and so I've had to learn to multitask. I can usually type while somebody's talking. I had to learn how to do that, because that's the way to get the information out.
Right.
And then that way I can get it on paper. I can get it in the computer a little better, so we can make our claims stronger. Right. And like I said, a lot of times people don't realize. They'll be like, oh, I don't have anything, and then you get them talking, and then they kind of open up, and then one thing leads to the next, and then like I said, it's interesting listening to everybody's stories from what they were exposed to, because everybody was exposed to something different.
Yeah.
Of all the people you end up hearing some of the same stories, but like Vietnam, I've heard so many different, because they were in different branches of service.
Absolutely.
They were in different parts of the country.
Right.
Or they went different ways. Flyover versus on a ship or whatever. Just there's so many different stories out there of what these young men and women were exposed to, that it's amazing. It's amazing. That's all I got to say. That some of what these people lived through, endured, and then they're still with us.
Yeah.
Now we lost some. Everybody knows that. That happens. But like I said, Veterans Day, we need to focus on who's here and thanking them, and just be appreciative of what you have and your family, the veterans in your families and stuff. Don't forget the ones that can't get out. You know, there's a ton of veterans that are in, you know, assisted living type facilities or whatever, or just they're at home. You know, they're homebound.
Yeah.
And there's programs for that. You know, as far as that goes, taking care of different ones. So just have to everybody take a minute on Veterans Day and you thank the veterans that are in front of you.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Well, I think it's so important, and they so much deserve that. And I'd love to hear their stories. Everybody's story is unique. You know, my dad had a story, and I loved hearing his stories. You know, and it was hard sometimes, you know, to get him to talk about it. But boy, when he would, you know, it was, you know, it was a lot.
Yeah, and,
you know,
and that's what it is. A lot of them won't talk, but if you let them, a lot of times they'll open up on their own.
Right.
If I'm asking questions, sometimes they're standoffish, but if you can get them talking, a lot of times I don't have to ask too many questions. Once they get going, it's on a reel. You know, they know what they're wanting to say, and so I just let them say it in their own way, and then I work around that.
Yeah.
Trying to, you know, get something accomplished for them or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, the stories are just and like you said, and how some of them have survived is just unreal. You know, it's just So I love that. So we want to encourage anybody that knows some veteran, or if you are a veteran, please come see Andy if you've not already seen him. And kind of going over, maybe for those, just for those that just maybe are a little confused, Memorial Day is more of the day when we honor and kind of have the Memorial Day program for the ones that are lost, the ones we have lost, the ones that are no longer with us. And then Veterans Day is
more for thanking
the ones that are with us.
In the service, still in service, or retirees, or Vietnam all veterans. You know, whether you served one day, I've met some that served one day. I've met some that served 40 years, all in between. You know, because whether you served one day or 30 or 40 years, and it doesn't really matter whether you was drafted or you joined on your own. You did that civic duty.
Right.
So, you know, I tell all of them, a lot of them, sometimes, I only did a couple of years, or I only did this. That's not, we're doing things that not everybody did. You
Absolutely.
did your civic duty.
Yeah.
So I try to, that's another thing, I have to try to educate these folks that, you know, you can't hang your head because you didn't do as many years as I did. You lived a different lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I might not have done 30 years if I'd have had my first two had been in Vietnam.
Yeah.
You know, or W2 or Korea, because them were tough times.
Absolutely.
You know, we've got a different world now, and the fight's different.
Oh,
the
definitely.
Fight nowadays, it's even changed since I've just retired in 2 years. The fight keeps changing. So, you know, it's not the same. And so I tell people, you know, every veteran should be thanked.
I agree.
You know, now we did a bad thing years ago after Vietnam at first. You know, they weren't treated properly at that point. They are now. You know, I think everybody's kind of come to that we're trying to make up for that.
I think we have. Yeah, I think we're working on that. Yeah,
I think we've made up for that, because it's like, you know,
that's a shame.
It's a shame, but I tell people that come in that are mad because they work. You got to get over it. You got to look forward.
Yeah.
You know, come see me. Let me get you going on some stuff that you might have been told you. I got so many that would say, well, I was told I didn't qualify. Well, maybe back then the laws have changed. That PACT Act that came out a couple years ago in 2022, that changed a lot of especially the Vietnam stuff, that era. The PACT Act probably helped that era more than anybody.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Now, it's helping everybody now, but for the ones that were just right out of the gate told no, now they're not always told no. Things are just, the attitudes are different. Just everything about, especially when somebody says, well, I've not filed anything in 10 or 20 years. Well, it's changed dramatically in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So can you imagine the changes that was 20 or 30 years?
Yeah, sure.
So
sure.
I try to tell people, let's give it a chance.
Yeah.
You know, so we're getting people service connected that have never been,
I love that.
or the ones that were denied for the last 40 years. You know, those are my success stories. And it wasn't much money. It's the fact that the veteran is happy because he's now being acknowledged.
Absolutely.
That
the respect.
He got hurt,
yeah, sure.
That he got hurt, and it was his finger, and they didn't have medical records because they were going across Europe in 1960. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
That you know, there was no medical record. but we was able to. There's other ways of, you know, if you're lacking one thing, there's other avenues. That's one good thing about the government is there's always an avenue.
Love that.
And so we was able to get that done for this guy, and he'd have thought I handed him $1 million.
Well,
You know, because but I think he's more happy that it's acknowledged.
yes,
that it's connected
exactly, absolutely.
more than the paycheck. you
Sure,
know, so,
sure.
yeah.
I love that. Well, you probably have all kinds of success stories and wonderful stories.
Oh yeah.
And
They're not all, but they're the ones I like to focus on more than the
well,
others.
yeah.
You know, 'cause we lose so many. We lose so many veterans. Just even in a small town like this. You know, there's a statistic out worldwide how many we lose a day. You know, our number is nowhere like that around this community. But still, it's pretty sad because it's a small enough community. The ones that you see pass and you see their thing that they're a veteran, more than likely I was talking to them. And so I see a lot of that, and that hurts, you know.
Yeah, sure.
But then, like I said, most of them, if they're married, then we can usually keep helping the spouse.
Yeah,
And
that's a
tell
blessing.
people- yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know, so they come in, you know, with their hands in the air, like, what do we do? And it's like, you sit down and start peeling it, you know. With the federal government, it's like an onion. You just got to go through it. You know, it's overwhelming if you stand back and try to look at the whole monster.
Sure,
But
sure.
I tell them, I said, one step at a time. You know, we'll do this, we'll wait and do this, because everything's got a timeline. So, you know, with the VA, for example, if you wanted to, thinking about filing something, well, you can do an intent to file, and it's good for a year. So if you're a little, you know, you're not ready just yet, or you're still gathering medical evidence, or you might be going through something. You might be going through treatment or whatever, and you just don't want to be messed with.
Right.
You know, we can do an intent, and it saves the day. You know, it's good for a year. It's like basically a blank check that's good for a year.
Okay.
You know, so it can just sit there, and then whenever you're ready, maybe you got something going on in your life, you don't want to talk about it right now, you know, then that's fine. You know, there's a lot of stuff people don't know. If you get service connected, you get discount, you know, on your car tags, or you get discount on your property taxes, or it just.
A lot of the restaurants will
Yeah.
honor veterans too.
Yeah, and you don't have to be service connected. Just being a veteran, if you don't have an ID card, if you're not a retiree, we have a program that's called Honors Rewards, and it's that's the website, honorrewards.com, and it goes to our recorder's office up at the courthouse, and they verify you're a veteran and send you a little card that's got whatever your branch is, your name, how many years you did, and that proves that you're a veteran. Another thing we do is you get your DD-214, that's your discharge document for the ones that know. You can take that out to the license branch, and you can have a veteran status put on the back of your driver's license up in the corner.
That's cool.
And it just kind of another thing, you know, for maybe if you have an injunction with the law or something, that you know, you might get treated a little better or whatever, or they might be a little more understanding. But like I said, that's another way to show a veteran status, to potentially get you a discount somewhere, like at your Lowe's and Home Depots. But even around town here, this Honors Rewards program, it's in every county in Indiana. So if you get it and you go, there's discounts in Paoli and other places like that for the people that travel back and forth across the county line. The Honors Reward program, like I said, I've got the card on my desk, but all it is it's a website. They verify you, your service time, and it goes to the recorder's office, because we try to get all of our veterans' discharge documents recorded at the recorder's office, and then it's good forever. Generations from now, somebody can come look you up or whatever. So we try to, anyone that's not already been recorded, people's moved into town, or the young ones. A lot of the older ones, they knew, they were told back in the day, when you get out and go home, you're to record your discharge document.
Okay.
That way, in case you lose it, or or whatever. And then there's cases like that. There's some people that just are looking for that. They can come and see us for that. We can order if it's not around town here. I don't have it. Nobody has it. There's a way to order it. We can order it back through the National Archives. It's a bit of a process, but we can do that, and we can do it for loved ones that are gone. If you're just wanting a grandpa, great grandpa, whatever the case is, we're authorized to. You have to have a need. So you got to have some connection. It has to be some relation connection or whatever. And a lot of people are doing that to join the veterans clubs in town, because American Legion and the VFW, for example, if you can join, any man or woman can actually join them two clubs as long as somebody in your family has served. For American Legion, they just have to have served. The VFW is a little bit next step up, veteran foreign wars. So you'd have to have served overseas somewhere. And on the DD-214, the discharge document, it will show if you served overseas or if your loved one served overseas, and then you can join those clubs. Because, like I said, they're veterans clubs, but then they have like the Ladies Auxiliary and the Sons of the American Legion. Those two organizations, the individuals didn't necessarily serve. They're in that club because of a loved one, and it can go father, mother, sister, brother, son, daughter. Like, it's just got to be a direct connection, either up or down.
Right.
Does that make sense? And like I said, the only difference is with the VFW, your loved one had to have had some overseas service. And like I said, when we look at the DD-214, it's got a lot of acronyms and military jargon, but we can usually figure out if you're in or not. And so a lot of folks, that's a recruiting tool, because we've only got a few new veterans coming into town, okay? So we're not growing leaps and bounds. So for these clubs to sustain themselves, it takes loved ones wanting to, still help.
Sure.
Because, they do the fundraisers in town. They do the American Legion does the Christmas baskets. So a lot of people, want to join just to help do bingo, or just whatever. The VFW, they do a lot of donations and stuff like that. So it's one of them organizations. Them two organizations keep on going because not only of veterans but the families. Like I said, with the next generation coming in, trying to want to join or be part of that organization or whatever.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, that's cool. So would they need to go to the clerk's office to get that?
No, come to see me.
Come see you.
If somebody just walks up, they have to charge.
Okay.
Okay. But for me, they don't charge, because we're usually doing it for a reason.
Okay.
We're doing it for either benefits or supporting another veteran organization or whatever. So I tell people, come see me.
Okay.
Because if it's recorded upstairs, I probably already have a copy in my office anyway.
Yeah.
We're trying to go digital, so I've got a lot of.
That's a lot of paperwork, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I got 9 file cabinets, 5-drawer file cabinets full.
Whoa.
Like full. But we're slowly digitizing what's not been digitized, and then obviously anything at this point forward is 100% digitized. So it's just whenever we're slow, which hasn't been very often this year, we try to scan and separate stuff. A lot of the real original stuff, I'm not getting rid of. I've got rice. It's on rice paper. I've got.
I love this. Okay, go ahead. How far back?
I got 2 full file cabinets of Spanish American War veteran stuff I've not went through yet, and just some of the paperwork that I'm going through right now. I'm picking the oldest of what's in the office. The Spanish American War veterans file cabinets are in another building. I haven't got to that yet. But anyway, it's interesting. So we was able to find this is a success story, I guess. We found, opened a document or a folder up and found an individual's original draft card. And like I said, I don't know why it was in there. We find so much. People brought everything up there back in the day. Found there's a lot of checks, there's a lot of marriage certificates, divorce decrees, all kind of just random stuff that you would think would be not there. But anyway, this war document, or this draft card. We just got lucky. It ended up being the grandson of this veteran, worked for the county, and so we was able to contact him to verify who that is. It happened to just be lucky because the same last name. It was like, I wonder if that's,
Yeah.
And it was, and so we was able to give it to him. Because I don't need it.
Yeah, but that is so cool.
Yeah,
no,
so
I
I've
mean,
got some original documents that we haven't organized that 100% just yet, but it's literally just the discharge documents or something random like that I can't I can't shred that. It's original.
No,
it's like,
right.
But nowadays it's hard to find that person's loved one. You know, it's almost impossible, especially with people change. Like for example, with ladies, if your name changes or something, I wouldn't even know to ask you. You know, if I come across somebody's documents or whatever, but we'll get lucky. We'll have a few that we can get back to the families and stuff. And at a point, and it's going to be down the road. At a point, I might be able to make that spreadsheet and be able to post it, on the social medias here in town to see that is any of these people your loved one.
That'd be cool. I'd help you out on that.
Yeah,
I'll help
and like I said, I think that's a down the road thing.
Yeah, but still.
I just want people to know I've got ideas. I can't get them all done because we're going to do so much at a time. But we definitely have a lot of history.
That's so cool.
And it's cool because it's in the most historic place in town.
Oh, absolutely.
And then the fact that I have history dating back that far.
I know. I'm thinking about that rice paper, like touching that. That's going to be.
It's
so.
Oh man, it's just.
Fragile.
Chills. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's definitely fragile. It's so sometimes I have to copy it because if I try to run it through my scanner, it will mess it up because it's too thin. So I can flatbed scan it onto a regular piece of paper, then I can scan it, and then I'd have a digitized copy of it. But I'm not getting rid of this one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to find it. Like I said, down the road. The plan down the road.
That's really cool.
Try to find somebody that belongs to.
Oh,
relevant.
You know it. They'd love that. That'd be. You talk about that.
That's one of my. I've got about 10 years to work.
Okay,
so that's one of my goals.
You just keep kicking it, Andy Bush. You just keep going. That's right.
What's that called? Bucket list items that I
don't stop me now.
I'm going to try to do everything in my power to make happen before I retire.
I love that. No, I got it. Well, you got to have goals. You know what I mean? We just had that the other day talking about checklist goals and you know what I mean? And this is what I always say, you can't eat the whole elephant all at once. You got to take one bite at a time. You can do what you can do, and right now we're gearing up. We're getting to the end of the last day of October. We jump into November. Before we know it, we have Veterans Day coming up, and putting together 2 programs. One program's a lot. Now you're putting together 2 programs on Veterans Day. So at 9 at the bridge right here in Salem, and then of course on the courthouse lawn at 11.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and everybody's invited, right?
Absolutely, everybody's invited. I know there's other things going on that day. Usually at the same time we're doing the Veterans Day thing at the courthouse, they're doing the Veterans Day thing in Campbellsburg. So I know there's multiple things going on at the same time, and I wish we could get everybody together, but I understand, everybody's got their ceremonies and stuff. So
sure.
Just know that whichever one you want to go to, you attend the one that means the most to you or is the most convenient for you.
Right.
To attend, just attend and keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers. And like I said, you thank a veteran every day, but especially take an extra moment to talk to them on Veterans Day.
Awesome. All right, we're going to switch gears just for a second because we're running close on time, Andy, but it is Halloween. So real quick, the average person started preparing for Halloween. How far do you think about thinking about their costumes over how long ago, you think?
I think some people put a lot of thought effort in it, just because, trying to outdo what they did last year, or try to outdo the neighbor or whatever. I think some people might go 3-4 months or more.
Yeah, well, 5 weeks is usually the average, but there are, some people I think start a year early, right after Halloween ends, they start thinking about next year. Yeah. According to the National Retail Federation, we'll spend $11.6 billion on Halloween this year, or around $104 per person. That includes $3.8 billion in costumes, another $3.8 billion in decorations, and $3.5 billion in candy, and $500 million on Halloween greeting cards. I didn't know there was greeting cards.
I don't know.
Who buys greeting cards? I don't know about that either. 72% of Americans are celebrating this year. 67 said we'll hand out candy. 52 said they'll put up decorations. 49 said they're dressing up. So, and you're handing out candy, right?
Yes, we'll be doing the handing out candy thing.
And you've got your shirt, you've dressed up. So you 2 of the 3.
You got 2 of the 3 down.
There you go. Halloween is more for young people, holiday or general. 21% of adults at 18 and 30 say it's their favorite holiday. 12% said they're older than that, and they agree. 11% of Americans think Halloween is a harmful holiday. The top costumes are which I saw a lot of Spider-Man. Ghost, which you can't go wrong with Spider-Man. Yeah, Barbie. Andy's holding up Barbie. Yeah, Barbie, princess, and a witch. The top costume for adults are witch, vampire. You can't beat a good vampire. You know what I mean? Come on. You know what I mean? A cat or Batman. Yeah, you can't beat Batman, right? The top costume for pets are pumpkins. You ever dress up any of your pets?
Yeah, we have.
I have too. Yeah.
We're not going to this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Pumpkin, hot dog, bat, and ghost. 24% of Americans claim they've never seen that they've seen a ghost before. 19% of men and 29% of women said they have. 24% said they was a ghost someone they knew. 14 said that was a random stranger. And real quick, the average person bought their first bag of candy 2.5 weeks ago. So that's long ago. So probably already eaten. Probably have to go buy more. 37% of people said who hand out candy say they make sure they buy the popular candy and to protect their reputation, to make sure they have the good stuff, right?
You have the good stuff. You can't go cheap.
Oh, you know, and
the cheap one on the neighborhood.
No, you don't, and they know that. They tag you as that. Oh yeah. I love that. Definitely. Well, Andy, thank you so much for coming in today. It was kind of hard, our schedules to get us together, so thank you for coming in on Halloween. Appreciate that, and have a safe, and I know you like scary movies, right?
Yes, we've been watching scary movies for 30 days.
I am cracking up. That is so funny, yeah.
I think I've watched them all at least once, if not twice, because the TV's just always on.
You can have all of that, yeah. I'm over here watching Christmas and Hallmark. I know. And
I can come in, like, if the movie's already going, that's okay.
That's okay.
I can jump in wherever.
That's so funny.
Because more likely I've seen it before, so I can pick up pretty quick what's going on or whatever.
On the scary movies. Well, you can have all the scary movies. I'll give them all to you, Andy, okay? You're a brave man.
Yeah.
You're a veteran, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in this morning, and keep up the great work at what you do, the Veterans Affairs. Let's give the phone number again, if anybody wants to call.
Veterans Affairs office is going to be 883-2063.
All right, not scary at all. Wonderful. And we thank our veterans every day for sure. All right, let's thank our sponsors too: Meadowview Healthcare Center, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Rosa's, Fox Pearly Wealth Management, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Land Consulting. Everyone, let's have the best day ever. Thank you.
If you dress as a ghost, be prepared for a random old lady who answers the door to say, "Is that you, Leonard?" and starts weeping. When you get home, hide your good candy immediately, so that all your parents can steal from your bag are Whoppers. And remember, if a house has the curtains closed and the lights off, that just means they want you to go to the back door. Have a happy Halloween, and let me know if you need any more trick or treat.
What a weekend for Purdue basketball.
They're the all-time leader in Big Ten titles.